Hey, what's up? This is Justin, another review for Gunslinger861's channel, and last night I actually finally got down to viewing Combat Shock from Trauma. Actually reviewed the 25th anniversary Trauma Masterpiece collection, and I gotta say, I love this film. I thought it was great. Very gritty, very realistic, extremely hard-hitting. I mean, granted, I'm probably not saying anything that, hasn't been said in a review probably 1,000 times, but this film really hit home with me really hard. Basically, it's about a guy. He goes to Nam. He's in a POW camp for like 2 years. He has no memories when he gets home, and his life is just shit. His wife is a constant pain in his ass, complaint. He can't get work. His kid is deformed and diseased due to Agent Orange, and he just spirals into his own personal hell, and it's kind of hard to watch at times, but in the end he basically just snaps. He kills his wife, kills his kid, and kills himself. Just ends everything. Now, first things first, why this film hit me was because granted, I've never served a day in any kind of military forces, but my father was a 23-year soldier, and my two best friends did tours of Afghanistan, Iraq, as well as my dad did also Haiti. And you see people, especially nowadays, soldiers come home, people are pissed and shitting on them, saying they're worthless. And like I said, it's not as bad as it was in the Nam era, but still, you think about it, especially me going, my father came home to this kind of shit, my friends, my cousin, whatever, and you just kind of thank God that they never went through this kind of trauma and this kind of trouble. But you can't help but also think, especially at the end, it almost makes you wonder, could this have happened? I think, yeah, absolutely. But, like I said, this movie's really gritty. It's very realistic. Well, realistic for 1984, I guess, but it's a hard hitter. It's a good one. There's two versions on this. There's two discs. There's Combat Shock, the Trauma acquired version. There's the original print called American Nightmares, which was only showed in a couple of festivals in Europe, and when it came out in '82 or '84, and actually was never really seen until, other than the festival days, until the DVD came out. And I tell you what, the Trauma Masterpiece collections are awesome. They always put out fantastic stuff. In fact, I've got Mad Dog Morgan and the last horror movie come from that specific collection. I can't wait to watch those. But it's got audio commentary from director Buddy Giovazine. I can't pronounce his name. It's Italian. I can't pronounce it. And George Bucray, who did, of course, the Necromantic 1, 2, Schramm, der Todesgeek. But he more or less just kind of sits and lets his friend talk. There's no real insight. There's some insight from George Bucray, but if you expect him to talk about like Necromantic or whatever, there's not a lot. You'll be a bit disappointed by that. But all in all, it's a nice commentary. There's Post-Traumatic, the documentary about the influence of Combat Shock. It's got John McNaughton, who did Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer, Scott Spiegel, Evil Dead 2, Richard Stanley, Hardware, Dust Devil, William Letzig, who did Maniac, and Jim Van Bever. Also, Roy, I can't remember his name, guy did Street Trash. Then there's some short films by Buddy G. Interview with Buddy G on Combat Shock. There's actually a first interview with Combat Shock, Rick G, the guy, actually the director's brother, who played Frankie in this film. There's actually an interview with Buddy G and George Bucray at the 2009 Berlin Festival. And there's a discussion with Lloyd Kaufman and Buddy G. They discuss Combat Shock, Trauma Nail, and Berlin. There's the locations, original theatrical trailers. There's stuff for other Trauma Masterpiece collection pieces. It's a great DVD. Honestly, the Trauma Masterpiece DVD is fantastic. 2 discs, you get a lot of really great insights, and there's not a lot of pointless filler. It sticks with the film, and I like that. I like that quite a bit. But back to what I was saying beforehand, this film, to me, I think it's underrated. To me, it should be shown to a lot more people. Shown that the harshness of not so much war, but the aftermath that people deal with after war. The fact that what soldiers come home to. The idea that especially nowadays, that there can be no ticker tape parades. You know, you might get a handshake, you might get told you're a hero, but you ain't gonna get no parade or nothing like that. You know, and it's sad because these guys go through absolute hell, and these guys see things that, you know, most of us couldn't imagine in a movie, let alone real life. So, like I said, it hit home with me for the fact that I have a lot of close friends and a lot of close family who've dealt with this kind of stuff. You know, not to the extent Frank did in this movie, but just dealt with nightmares, flashbacks, and the idea that you know, their world has moved on without them. And that's expressed actually in the film when the little girl, who I'm assuming was a neighborhood girl, is now a child prostitute, and it's like kind of like, what the fuck, the world's just completely moved on without me. And I've heard that from, you know, a lot of my friends who are my best friends who are in the service, that it feels like the world went on without them. But all in all, this is a complete recommendation. I think it's a fantastic film. I'm a lover of independent films and shoestring budget films, and I love films that do a lot with nothing. And like Necromantic, this does a lot with nothing, and it's effective, it's gritty, it's realistic, and generally makes you feel like shit. And it should, because this is something that, you know, a lot of people don't want to deal with and don't want to look at. You know, the horrors of war and the aftermath and getting, you know, having to deal with that kind of stuff. People don't want to deal with that. People don't want to look at that. And I think it should be looked at a lot more. But that's just my opinion. Anyways, check it out. It's great. The True Masterpiece collection is awesome. That's about all I got to say about this film, you know, without rambling on too much. So, that's it. Try to enjoy the daylight.